Welcome YouTube to Pawn Man. My name's Evan Kale, and I own a gold and silver business. If you guys have never seen the show before, it's a reality show about my job. It's an entertaining program. It's an educational program. I have no idea what's gonna walk through my door. Could be anything from a lost treasure of history, to an old map, to an antique gun, you name it. So strap in and prepare yourself, because this is Pawn Man. So this is kind of weird. This is a class ring from 1982, Madison Memorial High School. I paid $10 for this thing and I just sold it for $30. There's no precious metal in it. Okay, maybe this person did go to this high school, but this is a custom engraved ring. I bought it from the woman a couple weeks ago. She almost didn't want to sell it. And I was like, well, I mean, do you wear your high school ring? No, well then sell it. It's not doing you any good. So like I said, I paid her like 10 bucks and I sold it for 30. But people collect class rings from classes, for schools that they didn't go to, and I just think that is so freaking weird. Nice ring, oh yeah, it's a class ring. I didn't attend this class, but I'm wearing this weird personalized ring with someone's name in it. So yeah, class rings. So I just made a TikTok about this. Something rather interesting that happened during the pandemic. Collector items took off, and this is something I'll talk a lot about. I've talked about my Pokemon cards that I've sent off for auction. Supposedly I'm gonna be getting big dollars for them. I mean, I had a feeling back in the day, I kept my cards and I kept them in pristine condition, even as at least amongst my generation, the Pokemon fad kind of died off, or it wasn't as popular as it was in the 90s. I kept my cards because I knew they'd come back one day, and the pandemic was kind of the perfect recipe to kick off that market and the sports card trading market and all these other collector markets that have just exploded. Legos are another one. So one thing that kind of puzzled me was the fact that coins and currency didn't really take off until recently. Now, it didn't happen during the pandemic, but in the last month, Carson City Morgan silver dollars have started to move up, and I think this could be the thing that kind of dislodges the blockage of the coin collector market and gets the boulder rolling down the hill in terms of making a real big price boom happen. So I have a ton of coins, I have a ton of Morgan silver dollars. Currency, not so much. Currency is just kind of one of those odd duck items whenever I buy currency notes. I'm nervous about buying them because they can be very expensive and it's something I can easily sit on for years and years. Like the old man at the old shop had, oh God, tens and tens of thousands of dollars at least, maybe even six figures worth of antique currency notes. And they're beautiful, but there's nobody to buy them. I'd try and do the selling and dance trying to sell them, and I couldn't sell them. So, these notes that I have here, I don't have very much invested in them, but I don't think these are going to move anytime soon. I don't think a big collector market is gonna happen anytime soon. But coins on the other hand, I do think are going to experience another collector boom, maybe even more so than the one from the 80s, the one that got my dad locked up. So I think Morgan silver dollars are the best coins that you can possibly buy. I just think they're the finest American coin ever made. The collector market for them is so hot and strong. You see record-breaking auctions taking place buying Morgan silver dollars more so than any other coin. I say those are the best. Another close second, and frankly a better investment opportunity, are pennies, because they're going to cancel the penny pretty soon, and when they do, the collector market for them, I think, is going to take off. So you can buy, let me show you. Most of these pennies here from the 1940s are going to be in the $30 to $60 range. I mean, this is a little bit more modern here. But coins like these, you can buy 30 to 60, 70, 80, 90, $100. You can get some great coins. You wanna make sure they're at least MS66 red. RD means red. Red is the most desirable way that a penny can tone. You'll notice that all of these are red. I intentionally bought them that way. This one's a 65, but 66 is really where you wanna go. And then this is a modern one, but I bought this one because it was 10 bucks and it's an MS67, which is a very high grade. So otherwise, Morgan silver dollars, particularly ones with exotic toning, like this one is not for sale. This is my favorite coin that I have. Yeah, coins like that are what you want, in my opinion. Toned Morgan silver dollars. It's a platinum watch.
Yes. With a date on it and everything.
To be totally honest, I've never seen a platinum watch. It's a platinum watch, and I never see platinum watches.
It's a real diamond.
What are you trying to get on this watch?
As much as possible.
About $350?
So you're the same as the guy up the street. This is what he offered me.
If he offered you $350 or...
No, he went up to $400 actually, because I paid $400 to get it fixed.
Deal. I'll match his
You won't go
price.
higher than 400.
I'll do 410 so that you don't look around anymore. I'm taking a chance on it because I don't know
I
how
think
much
it'll
weight's
sell.
actually in it. It's a very old style. I have a number of these old style watches, but like I said, I do social media and I can maybe sell it that way. If not, it's super cool. I've never seen one before. So,
Okay.
yeah, 410.
I like you and some sugar.
Sweet.
That's a tenth of an ounce?
Yep.
How much is this, Richard?
That one is 210.
210?
Yep.
Okay.
And then this one's 250. This is US government, so it's a little bit more expensive.
Okay.
And then those are 330. Those are 10 ounce bars.
That's pretty much all you have right now?
For gold, yeah. I mean, if you're looking for
Okay.
higher quantities, this is a half ounce,
Yeah.
and then this is an ounce. This is a 2020, so these are hard to find. All right, so we got these three, and this, and this, and these. Do you want this too?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
I just got to add it up, I guess.
Sure, let me see how much that comes to. Yeah, 46.40. All right, so that guy is having some kind of a problem with his bank. I put the stuff on hold, so hopefully he'll be back because that's a huge sale. I'm gonna make like 500 bucks off of that if it goes through. So I hope it does.
It's actually owned by a friend of mine. It's University of Geneva. It's got the micro roller in it, and it is very cherry. He's a watchmaker, and he just restored it. This is kind of a funky watch. It's a J.B. Hudson. You told me you'd give more money than J.B. Hudson, so. And this is the one that that's a good eBay watch.
Oh, that's a cool one.
Yeah, 2-dial, Wittenauer.
So, all right, 350. All right. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 350. I'll talk to you
Appreciate it
soon.
very much. Thanks.
Good to see you.
All right, see you later.
Thank you. I bought this one outright for $350. I'm gonna stick it up on eBay for $7 and see what happens. And then this one, I saw examples of it on eBay for $1,000. I just didn't want to commit that much money to a watch that I don't know anything about. So I'm gonna try and consign this for him today. I told him 10%. I might take a little more. Hopefully I can sell this on TikTok. That'll be like the best. My chairs have finally arrived. I've been such a cheap fuck that I have not had any, well, there's basically no furniture in here minus my one computer chair and another computer chair in the back. You know, I opened this place so shoestring that it was kind of like, I'm saving as much money as I can. So I haven't seen a need for chairs, but I've had some elderly people in here lately and they've asked about chairs and I don't have chairs isn't a good answer. So I bought a couple of discount chairs on Wayfair. Now let's build them, which if you guys remember, in an earlier episode, I built some furniture and I fucking hate building furniture and I'm bad at it. It's not fun. It's not adult Legos. It's bullshit. But let's build these chairs. Wow, these chairs look great. These chairs were only 100 bucks each. They go like just perfectly with this. I'm super happy. I actually have purchased 2 other sets of chairs and I've had to return them. One pair was just like, did not go with it. It was just like terrible chairs. The other pair was like, it was like the biggest piece of crap. I built them and they were so flimsy. I sat down on it once and it broke. So glad this finally worked out. And in fact, what I might end up doing, I might just get 2 more of the same chairs for right here. I don't know, I gotta ask Juliet because she's better at these things than I am. I bought something cool yesterday from another dealer and I found something cool this morning. Check these out. So this is an NCAA Champions ring. I bought it for $100 from another dealer that I know. It's from Crown College. I don't know much about it. It is not made from precious metal. The diamonds aren't real. And it's engraved to, what's this guy's name? Wiggins from 2014. And you can see the guy's name is engraved inside of it. It is quite a ring. I was looking online, these rings range anywhere from 200 all the way to 700, so I'm gonna put this on TikTok. I bet I'm gonna sell it like instantly. If I can get 300 bucks on it, I'm happy. I don't know very much about it. I just know that it's an NCAA Champions ring from 2014, and look at this fucking thing. So there's that. And then I have this. This is something I bought when I was in high school because I used to like the show, because admittedly I used to think Bam Margera was cool when I was like 14. This is the cast of the show Viva La Bam, which was like Bam Margera's first television show on MTV after he got famous from like the CKY Jackass stuff. And admittedly, I used to love this show. And I actually think I stood in line at Mall of America to meet all of them once. But this is a bit of a morbid photograph because like not good things happened. He's dead. and I'm pretty sure he got in trouble for something with some kids. He's dead. He died drunk in a Porsche, and because, you know, I have 2 dead people's signatures, it actually makes it like somewhat collectible. I mean, like, I don't know what kind of an audience there is for this. I haven't put it on eBay or anything. I like just found it in a box. I might just put this in like a mystery box or something like that. But when you're buying autographs, the more morbid it ended for somebody, the better the autograph. In this case, this has 2 kind of morbid stories attached to it. Well, I got this thing sold almost immediately. I made a video, got a ton of hits. I got a bunch of offers. I got almost $100 on it, and I want to say I paid like $15 for this back in like 2005 or 6. So yeah, good investment. Well, as I'm sitting here waiting, it is the 1st of the month, so I may as well do my favorite thing to do, counting. So that's going to be my task, is to see how much money we made last month, which last month I suspect was really good. I honestly don't know, but I feel like we profited a lot. So, all right, let's go through the sales. All right, well, that took honestly about 2 hours, but it looks like, so the shop only profited in terms of sales, ballpark, it looks like we profited about $15,000 last month. Like $15,000 more than we had before. We profited, that's what fucking profit means. That means that last month was so successful, losing money the first 2 months is completely undone. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, we're doing okay if we can keep this shit up. And now, I have to go get my haircut. Now there we are, 1 hour later, snipped like my circumcision and ready to... Is this guy walking in here? This guy's walking in here? All right. Business resumes. Hello. How you doing?
Doing good, how are you?
I'm doing good, welcome. That's a cool watch. What kind of a watch is this?
It's an IWC.
Okay, so this is a nice watch. I hate tying up capital into something I'm gonna sit on for a while, and I don't know how long it's gonna take me to sell this.
Okay.
2,000 I definitely wouldn't wanna do. Give me like a more realistic number. Because I'll pay you cash, and you just got cash for it today.
I don't know, I mean, like, I feel like, you know...
You think about 1,200?
1,200 I'm not gonna do. And I understand if like, you know, I know if it's sold for 28, like the only other place I've seen this watch, because this watch has a really cool dial that all the other ones I've seen don't have. The one that I've seen with this dial is selling on Chrono 24 right now for 3,500. It's definitely worn, but like, you know, it's an IWC, so it's like a pretty legit company.
What do you think about 14?
Anything below like $2,000 is something I'm gonna have to think about. Okay. I might come back and say like yeah, but like just because I feel like you could put it up for 28 and sell it, and then you know your 10% fee and whatever, you know, you're still making a few hundred. But like if you said 18 or 17, something like that, then I could be like okay, I'll think about it, but there's a better chance that I would do that.
Yeah, it's such a cool watch. I just don't know much about this watch, and like I said, I need capital like you wouldn't believe with this business. I spent $150K last month, so tying up money and stuff is not something I want to do, even if it's a cool item. But you know, this is a nice watch, and I want you to be paid fairly, or I want you to be happy with whatever I offer you. Why don't you think about 1,500?
Okay.
And then
I'll let you know.
I'm here 6 days a week. I don't work on Sunday, otherwise I'm always here.
Okay. Awesome. Well, nice to meet you, Evan.
Yeah, you as well. Hope to see you again. I'll call you if I get some action.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you. All right, it's time for the informative part of this episode. And for this informative segment, we're going to be discussing the magic of shield nickels. Shield nickels are kind of one of the odd duck coins that not a lot of people know about. They had a very limited production run. As far as popularity amongst collectors goes, not a huge audience of people collect these. I think they're cool coins. So let's talk about what this nickel is, what it means, where it comes from. This, you guys, is really the first nickel that we have in our country, or in our coinage system. Nickel meaning it's mostly made from nickel. The shield nickel was made from 1866 until 1883 and was designed by John Longacre. In a lot of ways, the shield nickel is very much a product of its times, or reflective of the problem of a coin shortage in America. In fact, for most of this early country's history, there was kind of a coin shortage. They used to make coins only from bullion pieces, pieces that had some kind of precious metal, gold or silver, and then they started striking them with non-precious metals because of bullion hoarding. The Civil War, as we talked about in a previous episode, caused a coin shortage because there was a run on banks. People were hoarding coins that had bullion in them, and just kind of generally there weren't enough coins to go around. So they started issuing fractional currency, but fractional currency wasn't going to be a good long-term fix. They needed to start making coins that did not have precious metals, that could be used to facilitate commerce and not cause any kind of an economic backup or delay, like I said, a coin shortage. So in the early Americas, colonists struggled to have coins. They couldn't make their own coins because it was illegal, according to England, to make coins outside of England. So the American colonies couldn't mint their own coins, and really they had to rely on foreign coins. They had to cut coins in half just to use fractional bits, as I'm sure you've heard the term. They traded wampum, goods. So the act of having coins in and of itself was a luxury. It was an easy way to facilitate commerce. So when the United States started making its own coins, when coin shortages would happen, when people would hoard coins, it caused serious problems. So striking coins from non-precious metals, making them en masse to facilitate this problem and do away with it was extremely important. Now, there was a lot of different lobbying for what kind of materials they would use. They ultimately settled on 25% nickel, 75% copper, and that's thanks to industrialist Joseph Wharton, who had a monopoly on nickel, and he had friends in Congress, and he lobbied unsuccessfully to get the 2-cent piece struck in nickel, but he was successful in getting the 3-cent piece and 5-cent piece struck in nickel. So this went up for debate in Congress in 1865. It passed without any kind of argument. Everybody basically just passed. People were like, all right, fine, cool. So this industrialist was able to make a ton of money off of these nickels. But as soon as they approved this in Congress, they got to work right away on putting this thing out. So as early as late 1865, the same year that they passed the act in Congress for this coin, there were patterns for this coin. Patterns meaning designs. It's a coin it's basically a design coin. It's not been produced yet, but it's a coin that's been proposed as a design. So there are a few different proposals. This is the one they ultimately picked. But because they put it into production so quickly, there were a lot of problems with the dies. This was not an easy coin to strike. In 1867, this coin was modified so that they could do away with some of these production problems, but even still, problems persisted, and as a result, there are a number of varieties with this coin for collectors. Varieties meaning things that are mildly different from mint to mint, from coin to coin. A lot of coins have many different varieties, particularly coins that had problems when they were being struck, and this is a great example of one of them. But because these were so unpopular, in 1876, they suspended production of this coin outright for 2 years. 1880 is going to be the rarest year. They only made 16,000 of them in 1880. And interestingly, the fact that these were not made from precious metals caused a lot of problems. Banks wouldn't accept more than $1 of these at a time for a while. So let's look at the shield nickel up close. The focus is on the shield being a defensive weapon symbolizing strength and self-protection through unity. Obviously, post-Civil War, the American Mint really wants to put out a coin that demonstrates that America is unified and strong and like kind of getting away from the whole Civil War thing. So the upper part of the shield here, this is known as the chief, and it is supposed to symbolize Congress. I frankly feel that's a bit of a reach. I don't see how this symbolizes Congress. It just kind of is like one of those things like, okay, symbolizes Congress, okay. So the 13 stripes here obviously symbolize the 13 original states. The crossed arrows symbolize the readiness to attack, and the laurel branches symbolize victory. You'll notice that most American coins have a head or a face on them, something human. This is one of the only coins that does not feature anything like that. It's just a shield, thus the term shield nickel. The reverse, as you can see, just has a 5 on it, and this is environmentally damaged. So really quickly, I just wanted to cover these. I had 8 of these. I sold 2 of them. All these shield nickels have some kind of damage, except for this one. This one's an AU about uncirculated 50. This one's been graded. But you'll notice all these other ones got something wrong with it. This one has a major scratch right there. This one has environmental damage right there. This one's been cleaned. So when there's something wrong with a coin, I'll cover this in more detail later, but when there's something wrong with a coin, it really destroys the grade. So this probably knocked about $100 off of its price, what it would be worth, versus what I actually paid just because of that. Like I was saying though, the reaction to these coins was very mixed. Today, they are either loved amongst collectors or they are despised. You either love this coin or you hate it. I think it's a cool design. It's a little bit weird. I can see why people don't like it, but I'm glad that I bought these coins and I'm glad that I have this to talk about. I like odd duck coins. Like pattern coins are some of my favorite coins. Coins that were just kind of never popular amongst the public. So like 3-cent pieces I really like. And I think these shield nickels are very cool. If you're gonna collect shield nickels, look on Wikipedia, look and see what years of mintage had the lowest produced coins and acquire coins from those years, because there are certain years of these, even when they're in a good grade, people look at them and like their heart will skip a beat. It's like, oh my God, it's such a good grade and it's such an old coin, but there are certain years where they made like 10, 11, 12 million of these. So pick out a year where they didn't make very many, but good luck getting an 1880 because that's gonna be expensive. And that's the magic of United States mint shield nickels. My dreams were shattered as a kid, but I don't think there are any obvious side effects. None. What was I voted for most likely to be in high school? I wasn't most likely to commit a mass shooting. Or was it? Well guys, it is the end of the day and the end of the episode. If you guys like this video, be sure you give it a thumbs up, hit that notification button so you know when new episodes of Pawn Man are coming out. Become a Pawn Man Patreon. Every dollar I get goes to making the show better. Follow me on social media, @EvanKale and @PawnMan. Go check out my books on Amazon, and I will see you guys back here for another episode of Pawn Man. Later guys.